Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, Castlevania on the NES. Simon and his quest to vanquish Dracula. Let's get it going. Let's take this beautiful vampire killer and let's upgrade this thing twice. We can get a Morning Star. Grab a couple hearts. Got the useless dagger. Jump past his door. Oh no. Yep, don't get sucked in by the black hole, guys. Don't miss out on that bag of money. Alright. Just gonna chase through this hallway with these zombies. That guy used to always get me when I was a kid. I never knew what to do there. Aha! 30-something years later, I gotcha! Oh! Alright. So, let's get rid of the dagger. We're gonna use the firebomb, or as all of us in the world know it, holy water. It's probably the most useful sub-weapon in the game. You're gonna want to use this weapon quite a bit. Try to stay with it. Cross is awesome too, but this weapon has a lot of skills that I'll show you later on in this video. Oh! Zombie grabbed my toe. Or we can use it to stun lock a lot of the bosses. So we'll just hold on to this. As we open that door. I wish the doors in my house made that noise when I opened them. Right. Pot roast. 40-year-old pot roast on the wall. No, run for the bat! No! Sometimes they get you. Alright. Be careful. This game, anyone who's played it knows this game is notorious for knockback. You get hit in the air while jumping. Fortunately, you get sent flying back. Usually you fall into a pit. Alright, second secret. Duck down here. Boom. Got some money, you can pay the rent now. Oh man, it's bad. Alright. Look at that door. I swear I wish I had one of those. I think that's an axe. We don't want that. Alright, so we're approaching our first boss. Jump back here, break this to get this here, and then we want to use a firebomb right here when he attacks. See? And here's what I mean by stun locking. Nice and easy. Beat the first stage. Sound, music. This game was perfect. Look at that. Alright. Let's go to stage 2. Alright. Next stage. Oh, tempting. There's a cross. But, like I said before, we want to stick to the holy water. Don't let that go. Standing here. Get that crown. Yay! Oh! No way. Alright. Not too bad, pretty easy so far. Get that door wide open. So as we progress through this level, it's gonna get a little bit harder. Could start getting these, oh, just like there, these flying Medusas. Timing gets a little bit annoying, but no, we don't want that garbage. Alright, and here's a second treasure. If you stand here for a couple seconds, there it is. Get that to spawn. Oh, that guy. He just disappeared. He didn't want any of this whip action. Alright. So here we want to be a little cautious. You get these flying Medusas. That knockback can and will throw you into one of those pits. Just want to be careful. I believe there's pot roast right there. Oh, we don't want that. No. So, pixel perfect stuff here, guys. It's there. I couldn't even jump on that block. Remember, this is NES. Things do get a little buggy sometimes with pixels. Especially in this game, you want to be precise. I believe there's another pot roast right here. If I'm not mistaken, right in this. There it is. So, stage is a little forgiving. Those Medusa heads. Alright, this part is a little tricky. You want to run through that guy. Here, you want to run in, crouch. And then same thing for this one, you just want to blaze through. It is an insta-kill if it touches you. Yep. These guys could be a bit annoying, but if you see which direction they're shooting, you can just take care of them by crouching. Again, just keep casing through the hallways. I believe if we stand here, there is another treasure right before we get to the boss fight. Alright, so here's why we want the holy water again. Boom. Just like that, stun lock the bosses. They didn't have a chance to move. Stage done. You can do the same thing with the cross. You can stun lock it, but I prefer the holy water. Moving forward. Man, listen to those boots. Some heavy feet. Alright, this level, we're going to encounter some unpredictable enemies. So, show you a couple ways that I deal with them. This first guy here is Hunchback. You want to just run underneath him. He'll tend to just jump over you. So, when Quasi soars into the air on his downfall, you just make sure he never climbs that clock tower ever again. Got that pot roast. Mr. 206 himself right here. 206 bones. Alright, let's move up the stairs. I'm gonna encounter the Raven. This guy, I play red light, green light. He stands still. He'll tend to hover within the whip's range. And then you can just take him out. Stand still. He'll come right to you. Stand still. Wait for him. There he is. Oh. Alright. Stuck down right there, and you can get this month's rent. You won't get evicted. Holy water. Coming in clutch. No thank you, axe. So in this hallway here, if you just walk straight ahead, don't stop moving forward, the Medusa heads will run underneath you, limiting the damage. Mr. 206 here. He could be a pain. Again, unpredictable characters, but just deal with them, keep it moving. Duck down right here, you can double up on your rent. Now you're not past due, you don't owe. Don't grab that. We don't want that. Oh, ravens. Oh, this guy went low. Unpredictable, but for the most part, technique and the tactic works. Stand still. They'll come within the range of the whip. Alright. We're getting there. Almost at the enemy. The enemy in this is a dual mummy, I believe. There we go. Stand still. Oh. There we go. Mr. 206 and his brother. Dracula, I'm coming for you. Oh, don't do that. Or that'll happen to you. Just keep pacing. Alright, quick note right here. If you step and walk forward this way, you'll spawn useless money because you can't get to it. It's just like in the real world, in real life. Money you'll never have. Before you start the boss, break this block here. Pot roast. So you can get to work on these guys. Oh my god. Firebomb. That's why we keep the firebomb. There we go. Just another level complete. Let's take Simon in his heavy boots and move on to the next part of this game. The catalyst must be crazy. Alright. Let's move forward. Or should I say downward? Boom! Stuck the landing. Keep it moving. So on this particular level here, you start to run into some issues with spawning of enemies. There really isn't, at least for me, there really isn't a tactic to use here, but just try to fly through the level. So that's what I'm gonna do. Short, sweet. And if you cross your fingers and you're lucky with your spawning of these enemies, then you'll be good. Alright, first part of the stage is done. This part here, just case forward. You don't want to stop or look back. These birds here will spawn these hunchbacks, and all you can do is just keep casing forward, kill them and move. Try not to have to move backwards. Kill them as they fall. If you do not and you miss, they start to bounce around and you get yourself into some trouble. So just keep moving forward until you reach this little mini boss dragon skeleton thing, and then just make light of them quickly. We don't want that. Let that thing disappear. Keep moving. Firebomb, holy water for the win. I believe there's pot roast right there. Took any damage. And then as we move forward, we might have to fight one more of those little dragon bosses. Took a lot of damage there, but it's all good. We are at the boss, and we're about to fight Frankenberry, Frankenweenie, whatever you want to call them. We just want to just throw some fire bombs as so, in your whip, stun lock them. Holy water for the win. Boom, there we are. One step closer to Dracula. Another level in the books. Right, second to last stage. Music change. Color change. Means we're getting close. We're almost there. This stage, we're gonna take our time. There's a lot of annoying enemies, and they hit hard on this level, so we just gotta take our time and manipulate the enemies to do what it is we want them to do. Kind of like there, and breeze through this level. In this stage, you kind of want to utilize your firebomb, your holy water a little more. Don't be afraid to spend those hearts. There's quite a few you can gather. Yeah, use it to your advantage, and you can walk into this wall, this part right here. Get yourself a 1-up. Boom, keep timing alive. Alright. Alright. We're getting through. This part here, you wanna first kill. Oh. Don't do that. I'm gonna kill that little hunchback as I was saying there first. Then get the X-Men. Again, firebomb is what I should be using here. Wipe these guys out quickly. They have a lot of hits. I think they take 8 whip hits. So you want to use your firebomb. Stack up those multi-hits. Get them out of the way because they can be annoying. Those guys can be as annoying as your landlord when the rent is due, but if you stand right here, stand still. There it is. Stand right there against that wall. Get some more rent. Now he's definitely going to be off your back. But, just in case you want to give yourself some time. 3 payments. Go. Health's getting critical. We're going to take our time on this level now. Don't take any risks. We'll get through. Firebomb comes in clutch, guys. So, if you come over to this corner, boom! Hot rose. So here is a little trick here. If you stand here, jump up, grab a heart, you can repeat this process over and over again. Just don't do that. Or that. So you get enough hearts. You are on the last frame for the boss fight. So, show you guys. You can max out your hearts right here. Not necessary, but does help. You get to here. Here we are. Face over. And then, as we've done in the past, trusty Firebomb, Holy Water. Just want to stun lock them in that corner. Nice and easy. We move on to the last stage. After I count up all these hearts. Yeah. Alright. Final stage. Let's do this. We're going to be a little more aggressive than we've been. And we're going to push through because although this level is short, it is filled with some unforgiving parts. Use our trusty Holy Water Firebomb. And we're just going to push through and hope to not aggravate any of these creatures. There we go. First part done. Alright. Firebomb for the win again. Chase these stairs. Let's keep it moving. Here is the first part of our treasure hunt on this stage. There is pot roast in that step. Second part of the treasure hunt. Kneel down right there. And third part is right behind that wall. Alright. And here we are. We've made it to the final part. Here is where we face off against the Count himself. Let's do this. Alright. I'm going to show you guys a quick exploit before we enter the final boss room. If you come back to this very famous staircase, if you played other Castlevania installments, you know that this staircase is extremely famous. But if you come back to it and go up and down, you will respawn the candles, which give hearts. You can do this over and over again, which technically give you unlimited hearts for your sub-weapons. So do this a couple times, just so that you have enough holy water, so that on the second phase of Dracula, he has 2 phases. We want to have enough to stun lock him on the second phase, so that we can vanquish him. So I'll do this one more time. Alright, and there we are. And now we are ready to face off against Dracula. Alright, grab your hearts for your Valentine. Grab the cash for the landlord. Because Dracula has arisen. And he wants to suck your blood. This fight gets a little tedious. Stick with the plan. And the plan is jump over his fireballs and hit him in the face. So he's going to spawn, open his cape. He's gonna throw some fireballs. You're gonna jump over. You're gonna hit him in the face. So spawn, cape, jump, face. Do this repeatedly until we deplete all of his life. And we'll move on to the next part of the Dracula, phase 2. Because why would there only be one phase? Oh, don't take damage like I just did there. Alright, phase 2. This is where we can stun lock him. Wanna whip, stun lock, whip, stun lock, whip, stun lock, whip, stun lock. Now this fight right here with him is also extremely hard, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna stun lock him, we're gonna hit him in the face, annihilate him, and put him back to bed in that coffin. Dracula is vanquished. Thank you guys for watching. That is the end of Castlevania 1, but is the beginning of the Belmont struggle. Enjoy. By the way, if you stick past the end credits, as hard as this game was, if you watch the entire credits now, they pass by, they're pretty fast, the game will reload into hard mode, which I will not be completing in this run at least. I had more than enough with just normal mode. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Any questions or any comments, write them down. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.